Oh, goodness.
This is gonna be so much fun.
When I was down earlier today, there was like groups of people, I saw just like all around that. That was really interesting. There was no one. It was just really interesting because you could tell they weren't together. They were talking about, I think it was like the session.
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, I was blinding you.
Thought there was gonna be
I'm like, I can't play about it.
like a reception for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, downstairs. Yeah,
I knew one of
I'm
them.
wandering around down there going.
Is there a sign that says?
No, but it was on the agenda.
It was on the agenda, yeah.
Yeah.
No, some people just, you know,
I know.
they're used to it being down there, so.
I love that color. I knew one of the girls down there, so of course I had to stop chat and find out what their conference was about. It's like a AA for youth kids.
Grandson's.
Organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of kids.
So I grew up right in front of that green, thing right there, water tower.
The water tower.
Mhm.
It's not too far from it.
I didn't grow up here, but I've been here long enough to remember. Yeah, it makes me really old.
My son is a volunteer. The oldest wants to be. He wants to be like not even regular fighter or a
No,
blank. It's actual.
Yeah, the blank, they're actual.
Yeah, meetings for it.
No.
False.
Hello. Hello. It's been a while. How's it going?
Justin said yes, and Karen said yes, and Lisa said yes.
Camera.
I don't know what yours is.
Thanks.
Yang.
Okay, well, we're.
Oh, good. Oh, good. You just stayed
Hi,
in.
YouTube. Okay, well, we're gonna get started, just so that we can keep things going. 8, so we'll go ahead and do roll call.
Ken Forrest, City Council, Monday. It's on.
Karen, the city.
Leanne. Me, with finance, I guess, is what I am.
No, see, and Don Show, and about them.
Amanda.
Amanda.
And acting chair, Courtney Williams. I know that, Karen sent out our minutes from our after action review meeting that we had at the end of last year, but that's not, a couple months ago.
It seems like it was years ago.
And I think we just wanted to see if there's any questions on those.
Maybe before we agree.
And if there are no questions, then do we?
Move to approve.
Okay, so, oh, sorry, all in favor? Wonderful, thank you, everyone. There he is.
You might not be in favor though, because you weren't.
And-
Those extra 3 or 4 projects we gave him, well, he was out of favor.
We weren't here to, line up, so.
That's right. That's why I'll do what I can.
They, what But we can't.
That's
That's
right.
what I say.
No, just beg for forgiveness later. No.
We're on.
For whom? Right.
So the 2023 event dates that were in the meeting and discussed at our last after action meeting was July 2nd. So that is a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Right.
Because that's what I've been telling everybody.
It hasn't changed. Introductions, one thing that I had just talked with Karen about briefly was, we did a lot of work to kind of change up some of the aspects of the event last year. And because I was new to it, I didn't want to change the structure of the commission or how we budget, because I just kind of wanted it to go flow naturally and then for me to see after the fact and then change it for this coming year. So one of the things that I would like us all to look at it and come to the January meeting with kind of the idea of is our commission positions. And I think I will ask Karen to maybe email that out to everyone of what our current commission titles and positions are. And then what those rules look like in terms of how many people we can have on the commission. Obviously, everything has to get approved through council, but we can always provide those recommendations to the rest of the group. So just something to think about as we move on, like the development of the commission member, and we feel like the talent show position should be changing. Member, so it's not very messy, but
I asked John to appoint the official ambassador of independence.
Well, we'll start small, maybe
Start
just.
small.
And then we'll work our way into that. So that's the rules aspect, nothing has to be decided tonight. Is there any questions on that?
If anybody has any time, maybe look at even other festivals and see how they do their organizational structure and maybe they see, oh, yeah, that makes sense, if that makes sense to work for us.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, about, so those bigger events in Granite, not a lot of them are city commissions, but we still look to see what their titles are. So that are the same.
I just like adding notes on, but I guess maybe kind of thinking of kind of ones that are there. For instance, like I'm love to have a video of the person helping out with the enrollment, and so we also just kind of have that extra energy that with so many folks. And that's very expensive last year.
Yeah. I learned here.
No, I was pretty comfortable with what I was doing.
Yeah,
No.
You don't have. You can do this with your eyes closed. Also, when you go, Independence Day stops.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
I don't know about that. Yeah.
Also, when it comes to goals, I was nervous before this meeting. Nathan had mentioned that he will no longer be able to assist or be at the meetings, but he's still happy to help with booking. Thankfully, Richard, his assistant, that has said that he would be happy to fill those shoes and be on the commission. So that's nice. Karen, who was helping with sponsorships last year, is not able to help out this coming year. She did say that she would help with like the handoff, and we worked really closely in creating kind of spreadsheets and documents in order to track sponsorships and outreach that was happening with that. So she's gonna be compiling all of that and giving it to me in files so that we work does any more sponsorship. We'll be able to kind of clean it up and have really good information about who was reached out to last year, who sponsored, and then kind of hit the ground for this next year.
And how do you go about finding someone to replace someone?
I know, well, I've just been talking to people, like I let the mayor know, because he talks to a lot of people, so he ends up running across anyone that's wanting to get more involved. And has specific skill. I talked with Tracy, who does the and but she has a good background in event planning, and it sounded like she would be interested in helping, but she doesn't want to commit to something just because they do a big long party for 4th of July. That is a fundraiser for the sanitary. So, yeah, I think it's just talking about it and I think now we have a better idea about volunteers and how we want to work them. It's something that we can actually put out more posts earlier on. But I will probably start the sponsorship because that can't wait. And we have some people that are running. So I'll probably fill that gap. with those. And we also have social media still vacant. So that's another big one. Those two are the big ones that are vacant for this year that will really need to work to fill. Otherwise.
I'm just looking to do social media, I'm just not sure she can take it on.
Even if she's just interested in being like learning here and there, or doing, even if she wants to do like part-time.
I think it might be attractive to her because she doesn't really want to get kids involved, but 2 kids under the age of 4. So she can do it from home and, you know, do it.
Okay. And it could also be something where like I sent her the content or something and she compiles the posts. I mean, it can work it in a lot of different things.
We have, my cousin Tony Humphrey doing something like that, where she's doing
A
like.
couple of years ago, she was gonna do it, and I don't recall what happened.
I think she got too busy. But I know now that she's no longer teaching, she's going to photography full time, so might be something that she could.
Actually, it's a long time, it was before COVID. Yeah. Well, that you are.
Yeah, we got social media person. commission.
You said that.
What's that?
Tony Humphrey, yeah. Will be social media commissioner. Social media commissioner.
Social media promotions, but and those schedules are. But yes, that. All right. Budget review. Woo! Dig into it.
Well, I have a huge packet in my folder that has all the numbers that I need to file. I'll skip to the next vacation. And my life gets back to normal. But we, Karen and I and Courtney. Yeah, just, we gave you that big sample.
And we're live on YouTube.
Yes,
Fantastic. That's our favorite. Yeah, we're doing it on YouTube.
So at this point, those of you who have put together, and I know we need to like add up those numbers and we have actuals there, it's a little hard to, say, oh, well, I need more, I needed less, or whatever. But we also talked about needing to look at trimming down all of our little subsections and then just being a little more streamlined.
What supervisor is right? And what is that, is that power, kind of a little bit more about what supervisor is?
Yeah, the power, the used to be fuel. Yeah. So it's the power, anything day of that's missed, or needed, garbage box, bags, gloves, all that kind of data stuff.
Kind of almost an emergency fund.
Yeah,
so to
it's
speak.
kind of supplies fund, more or less. And then, like, if I need outlets or plug in, cords, cables, whatever, kind of things pop up.
Well, I have to say
Well,
that,
that's what we were trying to figure out.
Yeah.
It's like the park supervisor, I don't know if that necessarily makes sense.
Yeah,
That, yes.
I think it was. yeah.
Park
Years
supplies.
ago, it was just, it was money I got to do what I needed to do to turn
Yeah.
make the event happen. So,
And we talked about putting maybe the firework, all the fireworks. State of fire.
yep, so our equipment.
Yeah, we don't have to think about it, we
Yeah.
just want to actually have it just kind of in spots that make sense.
Well, the equipment line was, at one point in time, was for fireworks equipment, like turnouts and stuff like that. And then we bought a bunch of them and they don't go bad every year. So we started using that for dinner and all that stuff too. So
Yeah.
keeping that budget going.
so combine those two things.
Yeah, I think combining
And then if there's any other line item that you think you need, you know, that makes sense to have its own line item, but that isn't there.
So I guess, if any of these expense are yours, you know, it would be nice to know, like we just did with this, what exactly are these being used for? Because it just seems like there's really drops. Yeah, jump all the way down to it. But not jump.
So she got me.
Yeah. Oh, I get you a fancy one.
I'll just disrupt the whole meeting. Sorry, everyone, this is right. YouTube, no?
You got it.
Oh, gotcha, so you're graduating.
I'm on guard.
And so like Dave had mentioned,
Signage is one that
That usually comes out of my budget, signage, banners, whatever stuff generally gets pulled from my.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that makes more
sense.
Banners and signage, that does make sense. to be in a different line item.
yeah, people their own devices.
Is it gate commissions?
Well, I guess I just recommend that everyone look this over and, I think that most that needs to be,
So, yeah, I'll hear that part.
the Eventbrite was what was
Going to be
promoted, yeah.
We're gonna do the tickets that way, gotcha.
So, yeah, so, I'll go ahead and send this out. And then, so if you can send me all of your changes, so that way it goes to one spot, then I can, consolidate it all and get it to Leanne, so she can.
It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talent show. Award under entertainment.
Yeah, well, we should have we should have probably some line item talent shows and certainly monetary now and other things that we talked about, yeah. And hopefully that can be in addition to it. But, so that's. Oh, I know, one of the things that we talked about was, we said, it isn't really utilized the Independence Day's phone. She asked vendors call her personal phone, so we had talked about getting rid of the cell phone. And, yeah, and we have several city staff right now, so there's ways to communicate with her phone. But she would like, and, well, does anyone else need any tools, I guess, to properly monitor their obviously, and, so Chromebook is. So, basically taking away the cell phone line item and then adding back into Chromebooks for the vendor commissioner and the finance commissioner. And so in doing that, is anyone, are there any other commissions that feel like need any other support? Yeah, okay. So, so then we'll probably go ahead and purchase those two Chromebooks, that way they can get all set up for the city and get it done for the new year. Yeah, they're only like a couple $100, so it's not. We just have to purchase them. Go for the budget, just looking at part, is that going to be approved as well?
Well, that's what I wondered, because the gate commission, someone said is that to pay volunteers
To the gate.
just for the gate.
Just
Yeah.
the people that work the gates, yeah.
Okay,
And then there should be a cleanup crew.
12:50.
Well, yeah, that goes to the group that does the trash. Yeah.
There's, I don't see one for parking. It's stakeholders.
Well, it's a part of
That
the
comes from,
activities. Oh, wait.
that probably comes from its own. Maybe a portion of the sales. from it.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
so there's
So
not
what-
really a budget for it.
So they don't, so they just keep the money and they just turn
We,
in.
we used to get revenue from them more than.
Yes, so they pay us. from- That's what.
It was a dollar.
Well, no, because we haven't changed how we depart. We
Well,
paid the
since-
security.
Since that is a budget item, we're just gonna jump down really quick to 4.9, the volunteer recruitment on the agenda, because we had talked about maybe switching instead of bringing in community groups or the parking gates to switch to having CMS and be like and then to want to continue to do that.
What's CMS?
CMS is the
Crime management service. Security.
have enough days.
I've sent emails, I haven't gotten replies. And they get a lot of big events, book schools and promotions and stuff. And my guess is that they're not. the ones who structures. And that's what I understand.
Like, the rate was almost, last year. And that's more. But I guess is that the goal to have seen this? And just the.
Likely easier for everyone if we if that's secured by professionals. And just pay them.
Well, because that would change the budget in terms of the, not the parking, but the gauge, whatever possibly, that would probably fall into the
Roll over
security
the
budget.
security. Because it's,
And I mean, what safety issues, what I were talking about, how, well, they put so many cars,
yeah, they
they knew what they were doing.
they put one person that we've never seen before.
Yeah, which is.
Yeah.
That's great.
So we didn't have any community groups volunteer that were happening last year.
We had one day that was covered by West Hills High School, but then I think there was one day or like 2 days that weren't.
I got to the point where they were reaching out to other schools, because they were having the hardest time with all the volunteers and with a couple chemicals and. Yeah, it's kind of.
I hear something about that.
Well, the garbage opportunity was. But honestly, it's like. it was like-
Oh, yeah, totally. I understand.
I did reach out to, CHS, the charity group that helped us this last year. They had a nightmare experience, but I think that was really over and I want to say it was an additional $4 or $6 more than what we had quoted, that we would give them just to help. with the, Sadness on their part.
What happened?
It was just,
Miscommunication.
yeah, it's just like a lot.
Misunderstanding on their side.
I think they misunderstood how much work the garbage would be, and there's also issues of vendors. that they dump their garbage and have distributors like pick it up after, they're putting behind their vendor space. There's a lot of extra work. So there's just a lot of miscommunication. So it sounds like they may be interested in doing it, and I told them to tell me what they thought the job was worth, and I will bring that information to the January, see if we can. make that budget or not.
So I'm putting down the security to, in the budget will now include parking and gates.
Aaron's paying to check in about that.
March is when it expires. They won't let you pay ahead of time either. Yeah.
So it's the same numbers.
So one of your ones.
Better one more year. You know, they said, not, you know, I think they're higher than they have, you know. You don't have an option.
Oh, sorry. There's just the old, that, but the thing is, they're getting the application online. You have to submit it
They have
online.
to mail it.
Well, the other idea that they could do
Say.
is, yeah, mail it to us, and we could put it in the state's mailbox, and mail them, or it could say attention, whatever.
Great.
Just more costs that we can put somewhere else.
That actually, the PO box stem from when it was zone branches has always been that way. They kept it because it was the same. And then it moved from Monmouth to here. and We had to change everything. Okay, so
So, and will they forward from the PO box, like if something came to the PO box, will they forward it to the city? Sure. They never forward it, everything, yeah, at least for what? I had a
Maybe,
PO box.
might be able to put a note on it, or something, but it maybe we do it. For the most part, what people are getting the applications, and having information. So there shouldn't be anything old for the old guys.
Idea is for it to be submitted.
Can you fill it out online, or do you have to fill it out in the scanner?
Yeah.
It's a fillable one?
Anything else for the budget? We plan to have an actual for this past year, and I don't think we're gonna do those.
We need to, because we have to look at it.
But in the January, right?
Yeah, so that way we can work through it and have time to agree on it and get it into, city.
But Leanne is just, we're just having Leanne do the actual.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what we need to January meeting. is
Yes.
Have the actual pressure, so we can see what was actually spent, and then we can. On a proposed budget.
So I'm supposed to turn to you stuff I want, like fencing costs.
Yeah, because even for the January meeting, if you guys know what you want, you could certainly get it to myself or Leanne, and we can put those numbers in there, even though they won't be balanced, that'll be a place to start from.
Like portable toilets. Total was $20,000.
What?
Yeah.
$2,000? So it's going for $20,000?
So we don't want to go with, we want to keep.
How do they justify that much of an increase?
Well, no, this
It's
is
a
different.
different
I'm
company.
gonna go out and get quotes from
So
others.
I wanted to make sure that I.
Make sure that we're actually doing this.
Maybe we added an extra zero.
The
Unfortunately.
some more. So that's actually some Okay, so you'll be getting that information to us soon.
$24,000. Because they, well, we had 44 units, then they serviced them, all 44 of them, 132 services. About a week. $46 a service. At the buildings. Mhm.
So I guess we need to check the roll questions.
That was my chair.
And it was so hot outside, it was after a wedding. I
Here's my
can't
chair.
remember the name of the place, but,
You're all right.
oh my gosh, they were, we walked up the steps, they were as clean as your kitchen. They were air conditioned inside.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Yes. I went, it was so hot and I mean, I'd go in there and I'd sit down. Where's Ann? She's passed out in that air conditioned bathroom. They were wonderful. I can't imagine what they cost. We never get people out of them.
Well, we should get those, but they charge a $5 admission.
There you go. We'll pay for all the rest of it.
In addition to.
People will love that.
Let's
Let's take one night. Yeah.
This is my entrance for us, my haughty.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna give us. Anything else?
Security, they will be available.
Do we have a secondary custody? That's not.
Do I know of other companies? Yes. So, what's for you else? Will other people be more expensive?
That they've got us down to the dates. They know it. We want them.
They know that the independent citizens exist.
They aren't committed.
Those are the same people that,
In St. Paul Rodeo.
And all of the electric.
Yes.
The state fair, they're a large corporate.
what do you guys have?
They have a Portland office and a Eugene office, and we follow them down. But they're actually.
So is there a certain date where we should say we haven't heard from them elsewhere? I don't know if I mentioned this in the meeting, or just as individuals, but Salem has also been meeting with Joy and has asked all of our plans. So I'm sure that they have.
Like the next 2 or 3 years.
Salem's actually important.
We're not giving them.
They may be- they could be Portland.
So yeah.
If I don't have something by January. Discussion.
Yeah, after we had a meeting with the city. Right now, because they will take it off.
Salem's doing it at the same time. They have more people topics than we do. Maybe we don't secure people early. They get a bit.
Okay, that's enough.
So fencing, yeah. So I ordered, or I put in a bid for the fencing, to the same company I did last year. And
The concept is.
yeah, well, yeah, so instead of Public Works putting 4 or 5 days into getting this fencing here, installing it, setting it up, then tearing it down, and getting it back to the company, we want to see what it would cost to have a fencing company do it. And then the other part to that is the fencing we used last year is no longer available. So we're going out to find fencing. So
And
they sold to the construction company. That's
They didn't want to buy it.
They did, yeah, they want me to buy it. So,
I also think that this for the budget. Is that we also need to see what this charge. Because they charge all of that. So that would be actually.
Oh, okay, sure.
The total cost section versus this other solution.
yeah, good. I'm glad you brought that
So was
up.
there different
That's a lot of staff hours.
It is, and we're trying
It
to
was a lot.
make an effort to not utilize public works as much as actually, especially since the event is bringing in. So,
And then, so on that note, last year I got a bid from National Fencing, which is relatively, everybody has told me they're a great company to deal with. And they brought back a bid of $1,350. Not for 3,000 feet, fence fee, $1,350. It's a no brainer whatsoever, right? I mean, absolutely, one setup, one takedown is included in that cost. So I had to do another one just recently to update and make sure that we're staying with the times. Came back, it was $7,470. I thought, wow, talk about an increase. And so I emailed the lady and said, well, last year about the same time, I asked him if it was $1,350. And so we got to look back at my emails, and I requested 3,000 feet. They quoted 300.
Oh.
So I was like, whoa, okay, well, now we have an idea of what 3,000 feet is actually going to cost.
That's installed
That's installed
and
with,
delivered.
with the access, so they have to be able to drive to wherever they're putting the Smiths. So, but if they go down a hill or they go,
It's a large drive.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
Is
yeah,
there requires limitation?
there is. A little bit.
That's. Are you
So,
including the?
yeah, that's where the 3,000. We used about 20 last year. Get around that. We talked about closing our area. And then her back. Inflated pools are behind it. But yeah, so 3,000 was a quick rough estimate. What it was, wow, that's a big difference. You figured out why. So, of course, Lee says, I don't think she worked there.
Yeah, you're fine.
So. That's it. And then
The
toilets was, that was one company, which we is waiting for best class. Come back there, I asked for it today.
This best class that you did last year?
No, Royal Flush we did last year.
Where we look at. Yeah, right.
He actually, he took me on this, like 75 was our original quote, and then Aaron complained about us. So he gave us a $2,000 discount.
It went from 3,600, went from 3,600 to 74, and I was like, oh, come on now. He's like, all right, well, the best I could do is this. Okay.
Please tell me how about that 7,500?
Yeah. Yeah.
Never tell them that you got.
I know.
How do we think you need a raise?
I know, right?
So I have a question about the fencing. We're not using the same fencing that we use for.
We do, we use all of that and then, so
Around the stage.
you use, yeah.
It's not the short fence to the high fence?
So last year we used the 6 foot from City Hall all the way along the main walking path over to the park. Below the apartments. And then up to Aaron Young's, and in front of Aaron Young's over there on Nelson Street. Then from the brew to the restrooms, we use our crowd control fencing catcher. And it also
And then you went to the high
encompasses, and then encompasses the stage park.
We'll have kind of price and some kind of year round. And some additional. But you'll probably see.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, so, in terms of fencing, the layout last year, was that?
Well, I didn't even notice it evidently, so that's really nice. It's not obtrusive. I didn't get.
Doing it the way we did it on the backside of the sidewalk. And I think figured that out. I think that was, first year we walked off the sidewalk. So from the hotel, it was like, you're.
On the lower part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you
the
couldn't-
walking, you can walk down there.
Yeah, on the south side. On the south side. So that hotel kind of complained about that a little bit, because you didn't have, you couldn't get out of the hotel basically in certain areas, so, which is understandable. So we bumped it to the opposite side, the farthest side of the sidewalk. And
Only fencing issues we have is with the gates.
Just want to make sure that you make it close. Is the power, I mean, is the power, in the sense of like there's no so much in this area?
What do you
Or is
mean?
there
as in-
plenty of the company that work with where see them also there?
Oh, yeah, no, they actually, because what we asked for last year, they just went along. So they bought all brand new quarters, all the stuff we had last year. Brand new. It's kind of nice. But yeah, we should have probably.
I didn't know the. I know that we ended up getting like. But the cost to actually power them is supposed to be.
Well, yes, so it was about a $2,000 increase in the budget for the power to get over to them versus the power that we normally would use for the vendors. But we were so light on vendors was last year that we didn't hardly use any of that power, so.
It was a launch, but
I was a little over excited, I guess, or I had plenty of materials that do what I needed to do.
overexcited.
Yes, exactly, very much so. Yeah, there was a couple of hair pulling moments, but we got to figure it out. This coming year, I don't think we'll need, I don't want to do that big long run of wire across the park again. Learning what I learned doing that, I can use PD's generator, the little one that we use, or rent one that's similar size to that, and it will handle the load of the inflatables and be on site instead of. But those wires all the way across, it's just, it'll take out a big chunk of that power. Still transport a few other things, but
I know that. I also heard about.
yeah, a lot of people are looking for the car. Yeah, but that's,
Could we add in like one
Ferris
little
wheel.
adult factor, like the slingshot thing, or, you know, just,
Oh, like at the fair?
yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Well, like, put you
It's a
in the
bucket
seat,
and they just shoot you.
just shoot you up in the air.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
See
talk
the-
to them.
see the mission?
I like those liabilities, but, I mean, I know that he also was gonna take things for next year as well. And said that it wasn't very bad. I asked for request for the meeting. Didn't bring up, just because it overwhelmed him. Like what the festival is, right, equipment, so anyways, he did leave.
Oh, the vendor guy, or the label
Yeah,
guy?
they like the list for games.
So, because that was really one of the few things that I didn't hear, just like there's stuff that really isn't.
Called a beer garden.
There's something for the older, and there's something for the very young, but nothing for everyone.
No beer.
Oh, that wasn't, but.
But he was looking for it, we're
No.
drawing, voice to draw.
Well, I mean, mechanical.
Summer series.
Oh, that's it, I'm thinking summer series. That's very.
Brew.
Okay, then I will let the little guy know that he is a go and we'll see.
So I don't think
Now, he wouldn't be.
It's a
it would
very
be a
specialty,
addition.
like it's like $25 a person.
Yeah, it would be an addition. to give you
So
a-
that would be somebody that we'd have to reach out to. That
There was
company.
space in the back because I was thinking of security there, there could be something. back there. I know at one point Alex said, prior to this, bringing in a school nurse school.
Yeah.
for The summer series.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's a nurse school that isn't, a company, yeah, a carnival company, so.
Well, I mean, Carnival Company you may say, yeah, we'll bring in one night, or whatever, instead of the whole month. Yeah. Fantastic. Plan for that. Yes, but I saw them in the middle of the Walmart parking lot last summer. So
I remember when I was
say
kid, they
they
used to be at the
fantastic.
old Ross parking lot.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. I mean, tiny little thing in Walmart parking lot.
Maybe they're making a slow comeback.
Yeah, yeah.
They're-
Fantastic thing, really. They have some big contracts. And I'm pretty sure they got paid. You want us to stick around?
That's a good state here.
Yeah, yeah. It is reindeer in their contract.
Vendors.
Yeah, so we're gonna update the vendor application. And I brought the old one because I don't have the cards to be able to make the new one quite yet, but I will. And then I will present it to you guys for approval before we have it go live. We'd like it to go live January 1st. Just a few little changes. We tried a new system this last year. We didn't really talk to each other and it's missing some information. So we're going to go back to our old vendor application. I've seen, and just tweak it a bit and then make it into a PDF, fill out online and submit online. We did talk about raising the prices this year. The proposal was go from 300 to 500 for a food vendor for 10 by 10 space, and 250 to 350 for a 10 by 10 space for a craft fair. From 250 to 350.
What we're currently charging. And if we don't, especially. But it is important. All the other additional costs that go along with having vendors.
And we don't take a percentage of their sales, so this is a very good deal.
We don't get a percentage of their stuff. Oh, man, no wonder they won't walk that thing.
And it doesn't sound like they've really been raised in the years, so this is a good first initial. Because there's also, you know.
So much. Yourself.
That being said, I really want to bring in 30% more than what we had last year. We're growing it back, we're moving it back, but if you know of anyone, send me an email or message me. If you're out, and about, you see someone that might be a good fit, let me know, I'll reach out to them. I'm going to try to be proactive in that as well. But getting this on board in January will give me a chance to reach out to all the vendors that we hope to return. But I couldn't remember in our conversation, are we offering, we usually offer a 20% discount and you get your application by May 1st.
So this is the price and then and that's due by, March 15th. Any ones received after that, it will get the prices increased.
And do we increase it by 20%?
Percentage per se, I don't know, at least a year, whatever amount we use any. Us, our event.
And that's the same if you're selling or doing an informational booth, doesn't matter.
Will this be increased in those crimes?
price goes up, so I'll add this in to the April, but if price goes up by 50.
We'll just say it's X amount of money if you pay by whatever date, and then it's $500 if you pay by 15. Let's do it a dollar amount for a percentage.
That's what I said, price goes up $50 after May 1st.
If we go for it.
$50 is really much of an incentive. To me, I would
So,
say, I'd say
if I understand this correctly, if they pay by May 1st, they're paying the $500 price. And then after that, they're paying $550.
I would maybe think it's
600.
600.
Yeah.
I agree.
A little more incentive.
Yeah, because
But
that
then does
was,
it happen?
that's your 20% badge.
Yeah.
You said May 1st?
That's just two months.
And then the property should be 450 they pay after the first.
I think the crappy one.
Or is it now?
we could do
Is it now?
400,
Yeah,
so 600 for food.
Because the,
It's 350 and then make it 400.
because the crappy ones, I think that's less.
Yeah, they're not policy cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to do by May 15th. I think
Yeah.
that's halfway through the month, people that have things on their schedule, have gotten into it.
Let's make sure we.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Really?
So I also have a note to add in, make sure that when we ask them if they want trash pickup, to provide a phone number for the trash crew. And then electrical needs, we'll go back on the application like they
Hold on real
were.
quick, sorry. The trash pickup, I thought we had not offered that. They wanted to work out an agreement with the trash, where we need to do that on their own, it's not our.
That's right, okay, it's in June. I must have had that on my other.
Then they'll pay them on their own too.
Yes.
$300.
The fundraising group can decide what they want to charge.
They can go
That's
around and
their
offer it.
decision.
Okay.
Otherwise, the vendors will be.
Where the dumpsters are and they have to go dump it in themselves.
That doesn't mean you're gonna pile it in.
Cut off those.
Oh, the dead stuff. Do I want to put that on the agreement or do I want to let them know during the event? Okay, so we need to decide that ahead of
Online
Was it 11
vendors,
PM?
online vendors do.
Well, 11, I think, well, there's still has to be a cutoff time where they cannot sell it. And I think we also need to have signage probably placed around the vendor that posts fireworks, even if it goes up, you know, for the last half hour of vendors will stop selling that.
Yeah,
Even if we're waiting.
so they can finish their already ordered items.
Yeah, if they order them by 11, then they can finish them, but the problem was is they were at 11, they still had like 80 people in line at meetings. And
She went out and stood in line and was like, look, this is the last, this is the last.
we couldn't have vehicles come in because
Yeah.
there's too many people in the park, so it was just prolonging everything. And it's like, it's gotta get out there soon.
They've been here all
Well, they're going and ordering, 2, 3, 4 to take home for the next day. Or pictures.
Well, and I think that if we also add signage, I think it will also help alleviate like the stress from some of the vendors having to.
That person.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, I was very clear to that person.
it's not you, it's us. Okay, anything else for this?
We're deciding it's 11.
I think 11. Okay.
You don't need to need all that dough and sugar that was the bid saying.
Well,
Sorry,
and
get-
No, no, for,
Well, that's-
So it's like it was all the OECs that were the
anyone on the ordinance.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, yes.
Electrical needs, I just make sure what we have on the old one is to check the box, 115 volt or 230 volt. I have no idea what that means.
Should be 120,
One, yeah,
240.
Thank you, I know what that means, okay. I think,
Like 20, 30, and 50.
They were just giving us 15s, 30s.
Yeah.
yeah, we'll give you this amount of power. You got it.
I thought maybe, as we get new vendors in, like we had this year, maybe I make a section for them to sort of write out what they would be having. Like there was the waffle making people that kept blowing in because they had
Yeah.
too many things for what they had requested.
Yeah.
to get.
Well, not only that, they just have two. So, one
So-
waffle iron is like 12 volts. We have 12 waffle irons.
And 2 refrigerators.
12, yeah, well, 4 waffle irons, 2 refrigerators, a couple of warming tanks. It was, I was like, wow, we need a lot of power. So,
So I will try to be more proactive on that.
Even the difference of food truck 30 amp versus 50. I could think that could have something.
This is gonna be an updated application, probably soon, but emailing it out to everyone, just. The goal is to have the website updated with at least the vendor information, everything else is the vendor information. Available by January 1st, so that way, that sponsorships are going to be already in the ground by January.
Reasonable later this year. It's quite possible. I heard from several vendors that they didn't. I talked to Jason a little bit about it, and he thinks there's some things he could do to boost it, but maybe ask if they have any Wi-Fi requirements too. I mean, I hate to ask it, because when we put it out there, when they come up with it.
I would say, yeah, I feel like that's a can of worms that we might not
Yeah.
want to open.
They
If anything, they
get
can do
their own
cash,
hotspot.
well, they can also do cash only if they don't want to do it square. That's what a lot of events do, because obviously card can slow down, so if they want to change to cash, then that's up to them. I would think in your vendor meeting, maybe put that as an option, like obviously there's 20,000 people in the park, Wi-Fi can be slow. One recommendation is to move to cash if you don't want to deal with the hindrance.
They're gonna be probably extra. I know that, for instance, 7-Star, they got. sucked out.
Yeah,
They
they're
emptied
Everyone
out
to
their-
where Mark was empty.
Yeah. So our ATMs will definitely be consistent with full. I think they did a good job of keeping them.
But they were in the park.
Yes.
Well,
they were
And the people that
positioned
needed them
right.
were outside the park.
We need to make sure that we ask.
Yeah, Aaron.
Staff, the ATM.
I'm on yours.
Because,
Get her out of bed and get her down, stuff some more money. in.
Well, I mean, they know, but we did probably need to let 7-Star know, like specifically, you should probably have your ATM refilled throughout the weekend. And then, yes, we'll be more strategic about where we place ours.
We could maybe add more outside.
Yes, because
Percentage.
Arena, they moved their ATM outside their business on 4th of July. So that's within our event. So we might not need the one that's up on the plaza at that point. The only problem is obviously how we've had the layout, it cuts off. So if we have one on this side of Main Street and the opposite side of Main Street, someone have to walk through. So it's, yeah, we'll probably have to.
They're by the mural. All the way down to the dog park. Or go out and go to the
The problem is that we just want to like maneuver his ATMs every day. So it's like where they are usually posted. is where they fit. But I might be able to talk with them about this 4th of July moving them, because obviously our
matter, just take it into account when they place their ATM.
How did
I was gonna say, I
Part
don't
of
think
it
so.
is-
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, you better please," because he's had like 4 stolen already, so they're like, big not other people.
It worked really good having the one down, I guess, by security, because I was on the bridge, we were on the bridge there, and so even though people might not have had enough money, we could get them in and escort them over to the ATM real quick, and maybe they had enough money to get one person in, and then so that person would go and get more cash. That would be really good having one, not too far from.
Sponsors, the only update is that we don't have a sponsor commissioner. And I will be doing the initial outreach to ensure that we get some money. Volunteer recruitment. Anything to
Well, it's kind of, I'm glad that we kind of chatted with kind of different spaces with parking, but with, when it comes to, next year's event, that's something, actually, I'm working on a grant right now with Travel Stand Up to, encourage, more folks to come and bike to, the event, and, yeah, well, like Mondays. So, but then that kind of, so that's something that's really popular for us. So that's what's gonna be included in the grant, to really being able to get certain, kind of their holders, their stands that can go, you can get as many as you want. I mean, we have, I've already connected with Brett and Sean, really have a spot that identified. But with that, biking is really been great with long kind of transitions to biking, because our biking crew, the community has grown to a point where we're having folks from our, I guess, pool, and they can go out to the community. Like, for instance, we had around 40 volunteers at the Ironman event. We had around 20 volunteers for the 1 half marathon. We've had folks help out at the side border events, and it's something that I foresee or come to life more and more, that we can definitely have folks from our community really being able to. It's going to be an easy ask for folks, especially on the parking front. But with games too, you know, I've made my initial connections with a couple of, but you know, there's a couple people here. Last year, I think it didn't work out, but it's not going to be my first time connecting with them. So it's going to.
well, somebody is gonna be.
Oh, right.
So it doesn't seem like we need those groups.
But they might be interested in something else.
Yeah.
That's another role. But yeah.
Yeah, so that's my question. So we'll still have wristband sales the day of. And so that will be what we can use.
Yeah, having people directing, you have a wristband, go here.
No, actually running the wristband cells. I think that's what
Oh,
they're-
And it was just, well, this is my first peek into what really goes on in this thing, and I was just thinking of making this.
It's not, it's kind of a subset, it's kind of not quite the same. But I guess maybe kind of both tables and such, my observation I could do was anytime I go out to the, connect with volunteers, and such, whatever, I think there's sometimes a good amount of time that I was in this position where I was interpreting. That's gotta, I think something we all, I think something, my community, big Spanish community in our area, so really being able to be mindful of all our signages, our program, and having an English version on one side and Spanish on the other. But I'm gonna be more mindful with, I guess, when thinking of volunteers, especially on some of these key areas like wristband sales and such, or tables and such, like being a little bit more, make it clear that, hey, it is a verbal, you know, make your job easier if you have it. Somebody in your group, bring your friend, you have any friend or someone who might be unequal or whatever, and so.
And you know how limited my Spanish is, but even my limited Spanish worked really well, just to be able to tell them how much it was and gracias for coming and all
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So,
One other thing I noticed with all the signage is that we actually have quite a bit of signage, not
it's just religious. I don't know where to go. And it's
Oh.
because, you know, they have so many bodies around the ground signage. And so I was thinking more having like some type of pole signage or something that stands up that stands out. in the road because, it just, the sandwich boards don't open. People are still asking all these questions about these things. But again, there's a group around the sandwich board and
totally
you can't
see that being super awesome with the talent show, like having these really awesome, like, you know, 'cause people can see the number and it's small, but also, but having something like high visible and,
Walt used to do a refund sign with the hospital school where he had a pole that had a bunch of
Oh, nice.
escape arrows. They're pointed all the different ways. He comes up, goes up every year. I was just blown away. But I mean, they look really cool, and I saw people using them quite a bit to find
that
where they
makes
go.
sense.
So
Well, where they were selling the tickets, what was it, under a park, like a 10 by 10 canopy?
Yeah,
You can just put signage on top of the, on the
Yes.
we
canopy
did
itself.
sell some narrow banners at one point. Put it on the top.
Well, yeah, we didn't go this year.
Ticket sales,
Yeah.
stencil.
It's true, like on a holiday night, I ran once in a while.
last year too, we tried out the online volunteer system, so we kind of get with our breakfast here, because I have access to all the contacts and such, so, we can slash out an email, and I also have groups that are also, volunteers in other events, like conference, for instance, staff them, and,
I had a couple comments about the platform. I think it's really a great way of organized, but I think that people at this. There's a lot of.
yeah,
And so I think one, only putting pressure on individual volunteers.
yeah.
And secondly, maybe just having the titles of the volunteer opportunity. I don't know if folks think what title that they're interested in. Maybe we'll see them to a page.
Or just like a drop down.
Yeah,
Like on the drop down,
Yes.
expose more. Click
because
on-
when you
on
see
the
it all,
disappears.
it
Yeah,
kind of
because
overwhelming, you don't know it.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the only sheet, it would do not include all the commission, position, but like some of those, like roles like garbage. But, you know, I actually went in there and just put my name in there, but I can kind of see, I can just add to the more estimates and.
I would say is whatever we make it, do it very simple and clean. It's- And just really figuring out exactly where we actually want to have volunteers.
And directing them to, these are your, this is what you can choose.
For your opportunity.
Because
Yeah.
really help make this event the best.
That's right.
Yeah, and also like, we have to like go through our career, just make sure that like our labor looks good, and like all these little check boxes we had to do to kind of make it, so like, some of them are a little more specialized than others, like the money handling, so, have that. Kind of makes, so, but yeah, it's kind of a little bit cool that these different phases of adding a little more, and just at the end, that's kind of what it was, and, but that's good to know, it's really good, and I'll just, get it down, and then once I get some feedback from others.
Well, I think the information is good to have, which is a good thing, there's a way to hide it, so that way it's not overwhelming for those that aren't interested, that's only interested in specifically want to help a representative, than just having it, they can click on it, and see the opportunities for the representative, or if they're interested in like insurance.
Right.
You know what I mean, like most categorizes, so that way it's not so overwhelming. And there's only like 6 options on the page, and then you click on it, and it expands more ideas. Of how to do it. I don't know how to handle it, so.
Yeah,
Just
it,
promoting that,
I
but-
think it's something to like, 'cause, I mean, over the course of, I have, 5 days on there. So before the action, then 3 days, and then 5 days, I think it's, you know, work. It wasn't everything after, but, and it was kind of a, that, you know, there's some, of course, there's some, competitive, positions, and I know that there's, one day, there was a little bit different timing than the other Monday. So, but, yeah, I'll try, I know it all that I have.
Do you have is there a space for Jeff Wranglers?
I believe that, yeah.
Okay. Is that all for- Okay.
So how did it work with the voting gals?
It was good. I
Yeah, most
think
of them.
we want to have more assistance. It's gonna be them because they only have a one and obviously they don't have voters. So I think they would have to come out there or maybe we invite. Yeah. Or maybe we can invite the candidates, right? Yeah, to go out there as well to assist. But it was decided that Aaron is no longer allowed to vote. Picking up jobs, his help is
Oh, yeah.
needed elsewhere. So we will need to have someone else run for this year, so if someone else is interested in taking over that task.
We need to get
It's fine.
fired.
It's just-
That's on the 4th of July, right?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
It's like in the afternoon, right now.
You can't fire those and blow them onto the shore?
And then I've also been contacted by Paul.
The other short.
Paul Finster, who is requesting, he wants to know what, time or what day he should. He is promoting to shoot for the second, Sunday the second, to do the partial, but I know that historically, hometown night is the first night, and then the second big night is usually July, so that would fall on hometown. I don't think necessarily it's gonna be partial. It's usually- I told him to be on for the third, which is Monday, and he kind of pushed back on that, so he didn't want to day. That's the day of it, so. I just wanted to, yeah, reaching out.
Why would that?
But what?
If the car show, is the car shows.
That's.
Well, it ends at 4, and we would, it's firework night, so we would definitely have to go in the park at that time. We would have to exit in the park.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be packed.
Maybe, maybe.
Would you just tell me it needs to be out by here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we could change the time to 2. And
Yeah,
then-
what, yeah.
and then
Well, I
have them
guess
out
for
by
security
2.
reasons, what time can I tell
I think on hometown night, 6 o'clock seems to be the number where people really start flooding to the park.
Yeah.
And becoming, and we hold off, I think people will pre-set up, then they'll come.
So like,
It can't be
all
set
vehicles
up
can
if
be
they
out by 2?
Yeah, I would say at 2 PM would be a good time to be done with it. You know, maybe we let it start because, well, it's church park too, or something. No? Oh, yeah.
We're not gonna try it again this year?
Well, the road will,
Huh?
the road's no longer independence. That was gonna be another discussion if we want to approach another church to do it, or a group of churches. But I went to the one in Monmouth,
They're gonna keep.
and it is amazing. And I don't think.
They took all of our churches.
Yeah. every church
Well, I
is
mean,
there.
all of their churches are in Monmouth.
Yeah, and then the 3 that are in Independence are over there. So the discussions that I've had with some of the pastors in the other churches, is that they don't wanna fix or move something. They're not motivated to say, I wanna do my own thing. The Grove was great because it was right across the street. Even if another church was there, yes. So
I think
we
having
didn't-
one church, or having attended church in the park for 20 years, having it in Independence was good, and then it split, and then it was weird. You know,
Yeah.
it was like, everybody's like, well, where do we go
Now
to
we're-
church, Monmouth or Independence? You know, and then we went to Monmouth, and I personally, I think that it's good to have it in Monmouth. I mean, there's not much else getting a draw
No,
that weekend.
and that was great for Monmouth because everybody left from church into that park. And then there was a car show there. There was a car show there. That same day, if I remember correctly. Monmouth had a car share.
Car shows usually.
It's usually on the floor.
Yeah.
'Cause they fill those, they fill the streets like that.
Yeah. Fourth on a Sunday last year. Okay.
I think the only other thing to that for Paul would be we don't open the gates until 11 or noon. So from noon to 2 would be the only time that he'd be able to do his car show. But
How long does he?
I wondered, because he is kind of his own thing, could we allow him to do the car show from 10 to 2 or 9 to 2 kind of thing? Because he does have that setup time frame too.
You're basically saying that people could just come in and up until,
Yeah, that's kind of.
and then
our
it
part.
goes when we
Yeah.
start. charging
Well,
admission.
we don't charge admission. Oh, she did. Yeah.
That's why it was nice for them to do it on like
Yeah.
the off days, because
Yeah.
we didn't have to work on the days.
Yeah, yeah. that was
There's
true.
probably just no way to.
What do we get out of
It's
it?
our event, so I would say he works it around.
It's a draw.
And I'm fine telling him Monday, I just wanted to make sure that.
Yeah.
the whole
No,
thing
I agree.
before I said that. I mean, I.
Or
We
you
try,
try.
but it just doesn't.
I can see where Monday's gonna be the day that it has to be. Hopefully he'll get enough people that are taking Monday off. Or just Tuesday.
Well, hopefully his car show will bring more people. So that's what we want
That's,
to do.
well, that's
We
always
wanna
why
draw.
it's been.
That's why it's always been on that off day.
We need something.
I'm not a big car show guy, but in my mind, I see a bunch of older people.
Yeah,
So they're all
don't
working
Like
anyway.
retired folks that are.
Most of them are.
And they just
Okay.
go around the bar, kind of talk about it, whoever stops by, so. I think it's more of a
People
draw.
coming, yeah, people coming would be working, but it's Fourth of July
Yeah.
I get
on
a
Monday.
lot of
so
people
it's-
saying the car show was awesome. You know, I heard that a lot, so.
And if they think it's that awesome, they're gonna come on Monday.
Yeah.
Now we're.
You got my vote for Monday.
Okay, sounds good, I will tell Paul
The
that.
fourth is on Tuesday.
Yeah, but Monday we can all.
We have
it's
it.
holiday Monday, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't. I'm gonna tell him, sorry.
Holidays on
Just not too busy.
Yeah. For lunch.
I like that.
Our holidays.
Yeah, we have four of them.
You too, right? Your office is closed on fourth?
Yeah. Yep.
So I have to take a personal day on the third. Yeah. Which.
I always thought Fourth of July should be, the holiday should be
That's not
celebrated on the
holiday.
fifth.
I don't think it's that,
Because
because
then
those are
everybody's
all
off
day,
work,
it is only
doing
Friday.
fireworks.
We don't have fireworks, it will be the talent show night. And so the talent show will be the draw, but that happens.
That's why we wanna have them done by 2, so that if we want to start the talent show an hour early.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so the talent show will be the evening on Monday, which will draw, and obviously by that time, hopefully they'll have more work, and no one's part of the talent show. It'll be the same as it is on non-active. Actually,
We're still doing the same one.
Maybe it was a Monday, yeah, it was. a Monday.
Till 11 each day.
Yeah, it was Monday. Lot of vendors, the hometown party day, which is good this year, is it has sports, have been to the last 2. No, just revenue wise,
Oh,
they ran a lot. No, they prepped like the flat red hometown right
Oh,
there.
okay.
She told me that she prepped for the second, knowing what she knows. And she said they ran out like 9 o'clock. Ran out.
I think the new guys were really impressed too with how quickly they ended up running out.
Yeah,
So.
definitely, what we had this year, we'll do that.
So
I'm
if we're
good.
able to add a few more food vendors, then that will be things for.
Well, and knowing how long the promo meeting can go here, I think it's okay to bring in more. I wouldn't see it as competition because we have such long lines that are almost ridiculous.
I asked her about that one.
I
I can't get this meeting
Oh,
out,
yeah.
you know, I can only do so many in a day.
We want them back.
What was that?
The fried
The apple pie fries.
Oh, apple
Yes.
pie fries? Yeah.
Yes.
They
Pie fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mission, should you choose to.
I don't have a lot of
accept, is to get
opinions
the
on a lot
No,
of
there is
things,
no
you know,
shit.
but apple pie fries.
It's healthy. It's
healthy.
It's like a salad.
I think it was the fry guy.
It's a salad.
Cameron.
Oh, Cameron, I.
And Gary?
totally over.
Right? Was it the fry? Was it the little fry?
No, it was, I don't think you were
Was it
here
right?
for apple pie fries.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll
It
ask Cameron if he can make
is a boat of just apple slices like a pie, right? And it's just all in breading and like dough. Fry it and then pull it out and then you can get it with ice cream or with cream. It was like
Caramel to dip.
it was like an apple pie.
It's unbelievable.
It was, yeah, you can pull an apple pie out of a
Kids are
fryer.
like over promoting it.
Yeah.
So hard, very
And there's that one
upset.
vendor, they have a green sign.
They're okay, they're okay. Fireworks crew would come across.
They
would come around and pay to get in.
There's
There is somebody, if they're not at the typewriter, that they are, that's their caramel apple.
Oh, I had something
Yes.
on,
Caramel, and then they have a
on the talent show.
toppings you can put on there.
And I even
And
have,
they were
apart
super
from.
busy. I put it on
from
my
another person
list.
from the city of Monmouth, they want to try to like, add two together somehow, because that last year was their first year. And there was not a lot of attendance to theirs, and I went and I coached every single one of the people to come the next day. Any performer's gonna want, well, I want to go anywhere, but perform next day, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't see how pairing together is gonna strengthen ours, really, or,
I mean, you can do
Sure how that
preliminary,
would-
you know, this is the second week.
I think that's kind of what they wanted, like, to
Okay,
advance, 'cause
we have
that,
to
that one
be-
time they had 2 days of talent show, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. They won 3. I don't know.
Is that the one in Woodburn?
They're at the same.
Well, it's more
point.
along lines of our participants that want to commit full time.
Right, you should have-
Get that talent show, that-
She used to
Right,
have two
and
trainers.
that's the thing too, and it's, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Because,
I would
Tell her-
tell them we're still figuring out. how
We'll set it up.
They were.
yeah,
Not really.
I really mean in that way, because I didn't know.
I'll get it Monday, during a couple of hours. Because we need to be telling the vendors to get their cars out of the park. No, by 11.
11, yeah, so.
So we can't have, so if he's in the middle of having a car show,
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
Well.
Well, if he sets up at
he
9
does
o'clock.
figure the- in the middle of the event, so how's it working? How do
I don't think he started until after 11.
Yeah, it wasn't
you-
an
This
issue.
year he started at 10. He's-
It started bringing them down.
I mean, I think it was, I have to look back at the schedule, but I'm pretty certain that it was going on. Because at like 11 or 12, when I was sitting there, lunch was going to. And that was in the afternoon, so.
But we come in at different
It was
hours.
more like one.
Okay.
There's, we can't have the vendors getting their cars out of the park while he's in the middle of the park.
So why don't you tell me the time if you want him to be able to start?
It can be after 11.
So from 11 to 2.
Yeah.
Well, set up at 11.
Set
So it'd probably be 12 to 4,
Yeah,
12 to 2.
Oh, I guess that's.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine, okay.
12 to 4.
What time is the talent show
Today,
start?
today's Thursday.
Today's.
I have to.
This is not
Actually.
But I don't think it's that big of a deal if it's still going on, because if anything, I feel like the crowd that's
Right.
would just come over to find whatever.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about that part. I just don't. If they're starting their engines, come and drive out.
Oh, yeah.
You don't let it go. Yeah.
But do they come out on the, but do they come down that little walkway to the stage?
No, they're in the parking lot.
Oh, they're in the
Down by the
parking lot.
water.
Oh, they're not on the grass.
No, but you're right. I mean, if some of them, if they, when they fire their vehicle, it's off.
It's gonna be very.
And they do, and he does do announcements and things like that, so he's. We'll have to make sure that it's done by then. starts.
Most of the time, he's projecting to the river. And they're
I feel like we
projecting.
did at 5 o'clock sometimes.
I'm gonna look at it.
So if we wanted to do board, that would probably be nice if we had them, if we have to like use the board. If we kind of how it shows them forward, whatever, like, I think I'm, like, 10, so I remember just. like,
Yeah,
It's 10 o'clock, why isn't the music on? Remember that, wasn't that fun?
Well, wasn't that a different one?
No, that was.
It was?
Yeah, because I remember I was like, I'm like, we could help with that one, because then the couple, they brought on a band after the town show was over.
That's what it was.
That's what.
Because we didn't.
They
know-
started a half hour, 45 minutes late because we went into.
That's why. So we
They
don't
went into
need,
like 7 encores.
yes, and on the sixth one, we were like, what the hell? No, yeah, I don't think we really need a band to finish on that. Just the- So, yeah, I think we might just have like, the talent show,
They wanted.
band come up and do like the encore.
And.
So now some extra material.
And encore.
A 15-minute.
And I won't, I'm not doing the three songs, or, you know, whatever, it's just gonna be 5 minutes. Minutes, it might be 5 minutes. Details we can figure out. how much.
Okay, well, yeah, I just wanted to kind of figure out some of the bigger logistical things. And figure it out before January. Hit the ground running.
Yeah.
So, if there's nothing else. Meeting adjourned.
January.
January.
Thursday.
Oh, the, I think, I sent out, an email, but it's 6 or 6:30 that was done for everyone.
Oh.
6:30. Okay.
I don't know, but I work.